For 8 years, she said no to almost everything. No to vacations. No to new clothes. No to late-night food deliveries. Not because she didn't want those things, but because every dollar had a name, and that name was home. Most people never noticed her quiet discipline. They only saw a normal woman living a normal life. But what they didn't see was the envelope inside her drawer and the dream folded carefully inside it. Her name was Elena. She was 27 when she first thought about buying a home. Not a mansion, not a luxury apartment, just a small place with sunlight in the kitchen and walls she could paint any color she wanted. At the time, she was renting a tiny studio apartment in a noisy building. Upstairs neighbors argued almost every night. The heater barely worked in winter. The rent increased every year. She worked as an administrative assistant at a local logistics company. It was stable, but it wasn't high-paying. After taxes, bills, groceries, and transportation, there wasn't much left. Still, one evening, after her landlord told her the rent would increase again, she opened her laptop and searched, "How much do I need to buy a small house?" The numbers scared her. Down payment, closing costs, emergency fund, property taxes. It felt impossible. She almost closed the browser. Almost. Instead, she opened a spreadsheet. The first year was the hardest. She decided to save 20% of her income. It meant cooking every meal at home, canceling streaming subscriptions, selling clothes she didn't wear, taking the bus instead of using rideshare. Her friends didn't understand. "Come on, it's just one trip," they said. "You're young, enjoy life." She smiled and said, "Maybe next time." Sometimes she wondered if they were right. There were evenings she stared at her small savings account balance and thought, "This is too slow, I'll never get there." Then something unexpected happened. Her car broke down. The repair cost almost 3 months of savings. She sat in the mechanic's parking lot and cried. Not because of the car, but because she felt like she was moving backward. That night, she considered giving up the idea of buying a home. "It's not realistic," she told herself. "People like me rent forever." But something inside her refused to accept that. Year 3. Her savings were growing, slowly, but so were housing prices. Every time she checked the market, the numbers were higher. She felt like she was running on a treadmill that kept speeding up. At work, a younger colleague announced he had bought a condo. His parents had helped with the down payment. Everyone congratulated him. Elena smiled and clapped too, but inside, something broke. That evening, she walked home in silence. She thought about her childhood. Her parents had rented their whole lives. They moved often. Nothing ever felt permanent. She remembered telling herself at 14, "One day I'll have a place that no one can take away." Now, at 30, she felt foolish for still believing that. She opened her savings spreadsheet again. $8,000. It felt small. She closed the laptop. For the first time in 3 years, she skipped transferring money into savings that month. The real turning point didn't come from motivation. It came from fear. One night, her landlord announced the building would be sold. Tenants might have to leave within 6 months. Her chest tightened. Again? Another move? Another deposit? Another temporary place? She lay awake that night staring at the ceiling, and she asked herself a simple question. If I stop now, Where will I be in 5 years? The answer scared her more than the challenge. The next morning, she reopened her spreadsheet, but this time she didn't just adjust expenses. She asked, "How can I earn more?" That question changed everything. She started small: freelance administrative work on weekends, data entry for small businesses, virtual assistant tasks in the evenings. It was exhausting. There were weeks she worked 7 days straight. Her friends saw her less. Her social life shrank. But something inside her felt stronger. By year 4, her income had increased by 30%. Instead of upgrading her lifestyle, she increased her savings rate. When she got a raise at her full-time job, she didn't celebrate with shopping. She increased automatic transfers. There were still setbacks: medical bills, inflation, unexpected family expenses. Each time she adjusted, not dramatically, not emotionally, just consistently. Year 5. She moved into a cheaper shared apartment for 2 years. It wasn't comfortable, but it accelerated her goal. Year 6. She reached half of her target down payment. For the first time, the number looked real. She printed it out, folded it, placed it inside that envelope in her drawer. Year 7. She met a mortgage advisor. The conversation was sobering. "You're close," he said, "but keep building your credit and savings." Close. She had never been close before. Year 8. She was 35. Her savings account showed a number she had once thought impossible. Not because she earned millions, not because someone rescued her, but because she stayed disciplined, stayed uncomfortable, stayed focused. House hunting was not glamorous. There were rejected offers, inspections that failed, homes that were too small or too expensive. Then, one afternoon, she walked into a modest 2-bedroom house. Sunlight filled the kitchen. The walls were plain, the floors slightly worn, but it felt calm. She didn't cry dramatically. She just stood there quietly. "This is enough," she whispered. The paperwork took weeks. There were nerves, there were doubts, but the day she received the keys, she didn't scream. She sat on the empty living room floor and listened to the silence. No neighbors arguing above her, no landlord deciding her future, just space, her space. 8 years is a long time. Most people won't wait that long. Most people will change the goal, or change their standards, or convince themselves it doesn't matter. Elena almost did. But the real victory wasn't the house. It was the version of herself she became along the way. Patient, intentional, financially aware, stronger than she thought. Buying the house didn't change her life overnight. She still worked, still budgeted, still planned carefully. But now, when she closed the door at night, she felt something she had never felt before: stability. And sometimes that is more powerful than success.